Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Boys Planet, the couple episodes I haven't talked about yet. I know I posted my video a couple weeks ago. There's been more performances. I think there was an elimination round even before I made that video, and there was just another one, and we're about to head into the finals, which is crazy to think about. No interim ranking, so I just want to talk about the performances that just happened. I also want to talk about my thoughts about what's going to happen, my predictions. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's get in with the performances. First, we're going to talk about Supercharger. My initial thoughts, I have these odd written down, by the way, in a document. So I'm going to just list out like, this is for episode 8, 9, no, 9 to 11. I just had them ordered like that. So the first one's Supercharger. Honestly, I thought Haruto was gonna benefit from this, the fact that all of his team got eliminated, but now we know like he didn't make it, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I thought Haruto, like, it was kind of good for him that like none of his team made it, because I thought he was gonna get a lot of spotlight, and he did. He got the killing part and he was the leader. I think it was a little bit of a burden, but the team still came out pretty good. I just do think that Supercharger was like a kind of random team. They didn't have anybody like very popular. I think that's what kind of hurted them at the end, that, you know, all of those trainees, none of them were like in the top 9. I don't think like top 15 maybe. I think they're all just like lower ranks, so I think that hurted them a lot. But I do think that Haruto was carrying that team. He was a leader. He had the killing part. Like, he did so good to me. And then the choreo looked very hard. Like, it looked very intense. So when they performed, I thought it was really good, because Haruto really stood out for me. He deserved that #1 spot. When he got 852, I was like, what? Like, that was insane. Like, I think that's like one of the highest scores so far. But I also think Seowan and Zihao, they also gave a really good performance. Honestly, if talking song wise, Supercharger is like probably my third favorite song music wise, so yeah, that's why I also like it a little bit better. Okay, the next team I'll talk about is Say My Name. Okay, Say My Name has a bunch of my favorites, so let's get into them. Say My Name was the team that had like a bunch of people that they had to like basically vote off, which was like, ooh, drama. But like, you know, I feel like the team that we got was very good. Like, this team was stacked. They had 4 top 9 members, and Seungueon, he's always like has a high rank, and he's like one of the best vocalists on the show. So like, you know, this team was gonna be good. Even prior to like Matthew getting the vocalist spot robbed from him, I thought he should have switched. I just didn't think this song was his best choice, especially like right before the finale. I feel like he should have switched to like the Switch theme. I think that would have been his best fit, but I mean, what happened, I feel like, really hurt his position, so I literally had it written down. I was like, I think Matthew should have switched. That was even before the whole situation happened. And then I wrote down, I was surprised seeing Seungueon not go for a vocal position, since he was on the verge of being eliminated. Like, I feel like he could have gotten eliminated if he didn't have that vocal part. And then I found it very interesting that hanbin, he didn't want to tell Matthew. He was thinking about telling Matthew he's not the right position, but he didn't want to say that, because, you know, they're friends from before the show. So it was kind of funny seeing like, oh, jiwoong thought it too. So he was, and then when Matthew thought it was a joke, I was honestly sad. If you guys don't know my initial thoughts on Matthew, like, he's not one of my favorites. Like, I don't want him in the lineup personally. I think someone else should be in there. But I felt very sad for him, because he was like, oh, you guys must be pranking me. But like, even I thought Seungueon should have gone for the vocal position, not Matthew. I thought it was better suited for Seungueon, not Matthew. So when he thought it was gonna be a prank, I was like, oh no. But I feel like, you know, he's still in this team, so he's gonna get like a lot of attention, because this team's like the most popular. He was still gonna have his moment in the spotlight, so I thought that was gonna be the only good part. But the Mnet, oh, they buried him. If you guys see the comments he's been getting, like, he's definitely taken a falling from grace. I don't even know if he's guaranteed in the lineup now. Like, even with the 3rd elimination rankings, his position dropped so much. Like, I would not be surprised if we see him fall out of the top 9 for the finale now, just because of how Mnet edited him. Like, I don't think they did him any favors. And I don't know if they wanted to do that, unless like they want to push gunwook and Park Hanbin forward. But I was really surprised by that. Okay, before I talk about the performance, I even have it written down in my notes. I thought Lip J always was a little bit weird to her trainees. I had this written down even before Yujin started performing, and like it's all over TikTok now, like how she's like a little weird towards them, even though she's like really older than them. But yeah, I just wanted to say that too. But I thought Say My Name was very good. It was solid. I definitely thought this was a good performance, but I definitely wanted Over Me to still win. So they did their best. They definitely did their best. It was my second favorite performance, but I was rooting for Overview so hard. I did want to say Yujin did really good. Like, he's really young, but like I see why people like him because I thought he did really good. I'm not voting for him, but if he makes it to the final lineup, like, what am I gonna do? You know? If anything, we should protect Yujin. He's so young. We should protect him from like all the haters and stuff. Also, Jeong deserves better. I feel like he doesn't get enough attention. Like, he's really just riding on the fans, his own fans. Because Mnet barely gives him any storylines now. I feel like they just used him for that publicity stunt because of his BL acting career. So yeah, he deserves more lines in songs too. And then Sung Hanbin, he's so good. Like, he deserves a center spot. I'm not even gonna lie. In the final lineup, he's really good. He's like the best all-rounder on this competition show, so it's very deserved. The killing part, and then gunwook got it. And then I really thought it should have been gunwook or seungueon. I thought they did the best, so it's good that they were the final two decisions. Oh, when they pranked gunwook, I totally fell for it. I don't know about you guys. I was like, what is going on? Like, I understand why seungueon was gonna do that. I really like seungueon, so I saw where he was coming from. I was like, yeah, if you don't get this killing part, you're not gonna get that much screen time and you might get eliminated. So I was like, this makes sense. So then when they did the prank, I was like, what? They really had me going. I had gunwook going too. Like, he was shocked. Like, he was like, what is going on? I thought you guys were just like giving him another chance. I'm gonna give it to him. So that was kind of crazy. When they said it, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys got me. Like, I'll give it to you guys. You guys got me. So when the Star Masters were criticizing them, I was like, I feel like they're doing too much. Like, I didn't think the performance was that lacking. Like, I thought they were just like pushing a narrative onto them, but they've worked even so much harder. Like, they stayed up until 5 a.m. to keep practicing. So yeah, and then when they performed that, gyuvin, I was like, what? He really like showed out this performance in my opinion. So did we. I was really surprised by them both because he got like a bunch of screen time in that performance, like, and they kept showing him, and I was like, whoa, I understand why they're showing him because he really killed this performance. I thought Seungueon did good too, but I even wrote down in my notes, I don't know if he got shown enough to make it to the finals. Like, I don't think people are like, oh, he did good enough, let me give him a vote. And well, we'll talk about that later. And gunwook, I'm one of gunwook's fans, of course. I'm rooting for him to make it to the final lineup, and he honestly gave a really good performance here. He has probably one of the best stage presence on this competition, in my opinion. Like, when he's on there, he's really good. But he only got 748, which surprised me because he got a lower score than Haruto. And well, gunwook's like more popular than him, and that just really surprised me because I was like, what the heck? Like, how did Haruto get a higher score? But I guess that's just showing like the people in the audience are just actually voting for like who they actually think is better, not just like who they like more. So yeah, I still thought 748 was pretty low for him. He deserved better. Okay, let's talk about Switch Team from the biggest Park Hanbin fan. Okay, like, before this team was formed, I was shocked Tay removed teams. I was like, what is he coming doing over here? But I thought it was a good move. I don't know if it was like strategic or not, but he definitely got a lot more screen time, so that was a good thing. But then when Park Hanbin was switched, I was like, what is going on? Honestly, I was like, what is he doing? But then I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think he definitely did this strategically. Like, this definitely helped him so much. And I was like, oh my gosh, I won, because when he got that killing part, I screamed a bit. I was like, yes. This is what I needed. But to me, the Switch team also had the most random assortment of people. Like, it was such a random team that they made up. When it was like between Kamden and Park Hanbin, I was like, what if they give it to Kamden just because he was here before him? But then they gave it to him. I was like, yes. He killed those facial expressions. Like, he was ready for this. Like, he really switched because he was like, I need this killing part. Also, I guess taerae moving teams over here was a shock to me because I guess we really haven't highlighted his dancing because we really like focus on him being a vocalist. So I felt like it wasn't noticeable until we saw this part where he was like being criticized for his dancing. And then we also had Jongwoo and Keita being here because they were kicked out, and they also highlight that narrative of like, oh, we're not as confident right now because we just got kicked out of the song that we wanted to be in, which was, you know, I kind of feel for them, but like, let's get your heads back in the game. Especially Keita, I was like, you have too much to lose. Like, you can't do this. You can't do this to us. Like, I need you in the final lineup. And then you guys know the performance. I was like, Park Hanbin. I was like, you already had my vote. Like, if you didn't have my vote before this, like, you had my vote after this. Like, you guys need to vote for him. I'm not kidding. He deserves to be in that final lineup. Like, I'll talk about it later, but oh my gosh, I need him in the final lineup. And Taerae's vocals, I love Taerae. Like, he really became a favorite to me, like, probably towards the middle of the show. But yeah, I really like him. I think he has a really good good chance of debuting, so I'm happy for him. But having only getting a 741, oh, the audience pissed me off. They pissed me off. When I saw the 741, I was like, there's no way. He deserved a 800. I don't care. I was like, 741, that's way too low. That's way too low. Like, he deserved a better score, and they know it too. So yeah, I was very happy for the Switch team. I was like, Park Han-bin, he ate, and he deserved a better score. So yeah, let's move on to the next team. Now you guys know I was rooting for the Over Me team. They had Jang, they had Ricky, they had my recent favorite Jonghyun. I think that's how you say his name. I'll put, there's a picture right now. You can see him. But those three, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this team, this is the team I'm rooting for. Especially since Jang and Park Han-bin, they're my two favorites. So I was gonna root for one of their teams either way. But then seeing how he became the leader, he got the killing part, like, that's my global center. Also, I wrote down my notes. Side note, I really like Jonghyun. I would like him to be a finalist. Spoiler, he became a finalist. I also wrote, Over Me deserves to win. I wrote this before the performances. Dude, my ghoul dog is just all over the place. Also, I could say all the bad things I want to say about Emmett, but thank you for giving Zhang Hao like this leader storyline. Like, he was like getting like a bad leader storyline, but like they kind of fixed it. Like, they were building it up. He talked to that Star Master, and like, you know, he was building it up. So thank you, Emmett, because I think that helped him. Like, they were like, oh, like, he's learning from his mistakes and he's becoming a better leader. Like, yes, we love you, Emmett. Like, Zhang Hao's just too nice. I fear he just doesn't want to shut down the boys' ideas, and also like, he's one of the Chinese trainees, and Emmett has a history of evil editing them, so I think he also just wants to be careful. Like, he doesn't want to shut them down because Emmett could easily evil edit him if he wants. I also wrote down my notes. I didn't realize how good Junhyeon was good. Why have they been hiding him for so long? And I still stand by that. Like, I think he could have made a deeper run if he was showed more. I don't know where he was like in the beginning and like in the first couple episodes. I think it's because he was a Wake One, and like the other Wake One boys just got more attention than him. Okay, well, this is awkward. I guess I didn't write down my thoughts about their performance, but I've seen that like twice. I've seen fan cams of Zhang Hao and Ricky. So yeah, their performance was so good. Like, Ricky did so good. I'm so happy he made it to the top 9 finally. We'll talk about that soon. And then Jonghyun, oh my gosh, like, he's really a hidden gem. Like, he was good at rapping, he's good at singing. Like, I don't think I mentioned him in my first video because I like had no idea who he was. So that's crazy. Jay was also there, but I feel like they don't care about Jay anymore. They cared about him in the first couple episodes, but then they basically just dumped him for Taerae. So yeah, he did good, but they just don't want to show him anymore. I think they see him as a threat now because he has a bunch of global votes, to be honest. Jang Hao, I'm pretty sure he got the same score as Haruto, an 852, and he deserved it. 100%. Definitely think that was probably his best performance out of all of them that he's done so far. Like, he really just showcased everything. Like, I think that beat his Kill This Love performance 100% deserved that top score. And when they were announcing the teams, I was so worried because I was like, it's probably gonna be Say My Name just because like they have 4 really popular members. But then it was between Over Me and Say My Name. And you know what? Like, the edit was telling me that Over Me was gonna win. But you know, I didn't want to delude myself. So I was like, let's just see. I was hoping Over Me was gonna win. And when they announced it, I was so happy. I definitely thought it was the best performance. So I was I was ecstatic that it happened, and also that meant like Jonghyun, he had a better chance of making the finals now since he had the benefit, and well, it happened. So yeah, I thought Say My Name too was mostly safe, so they were good. Okay, so that was the performances. Let's talk about the elimination round. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in the live ranking thing for Park Hanbin, so before the episode aired, I knew he was 11 already. I had to watch the rank, so when Park Hanbin got it, I was happy and sad because I was like hoping for a higher rank, but he still got 11, which is really good. Like he's only climbing, so you guys better vote for him. I honestly need him in that 9th spot. If you don't take anything from this video, take this. Vote for Park Hanbin and Jang. Gunwook dropping to 12 shocked me because I thought he was going to be for sure in the top 9 again. If I was one of his major fans, I would be worried because the fact that his ranking dropped when the pickings got smaller, that might mean that he was maybe a filler vote for some people. So if you're a Gunwook fan, I would very ask you to be voting for him because I also want Gunwook in the top 9. I unfortunately just can't vote for him just because I have other priorities, but you guys better vote for him. Jongwoo making it to the finals was so surprising. I didn't think he had like the one pick power to make it. I just thought there was gonna be other people that had more power. So yeah, see, like especially Zihao, like that was insane to me. But good for him, he's the finalist. Junhyeon, I'll show a picture, being 16 was so surprising to me. I thought he had a lot more fans. Like the fact that he was below Jongwoo, I was so surprised. I thought it was gonna be higher. It's a little sad because he honestly was one of my dark horse picks because he's a very funny guy, and he'll be a lot of fun to watch. I just don't believe he has a good chance of making it to the top 9 now. I guess like a lot of people just liked him, but they didn't love him enough to just put him in their 3-pick voting, especially now since it's gonna be 1 pick. Yeah, I don't like his chances. Jay being 13. I thought that was a pretty good rank for him. I thought he was going to dip lower. But that's good that I know he has a lot of fans. So, but a lot of them are just global, which kind of hurts him since global votes aren't weighted the same as Korean votes. I don't think he's going to make it to the top 9. His screen time has plundered. Like he has no screen time anymore. I think he's probably going to stay between these ranks like 12, 14. But yeah. But I feel like he'll be safe. I don't think Jay Stands should be that worried. I feel like he has a good future ahead of him. Like he's with that guy Bomon. Like I feel like they're gonna be good. Like he'll be good at their boys planet, unlike other training. Seungueon deserves 14. He's a very good vocalist that I feel like he doesn't get the same spotlight as the other vocalists. So yeah, I feel like the only thing that's hurting him is that he hasn't had a story. I don't think he's gonna make it to the final lineup, but he has a good showing. And he's also part of Wake One, so we don't know what they're gonna do with that group. Jonghyun making it, yeah, I cheered. I was like, yes, when they said he wasn't gonna make it without the benefit, I was so surprised. I was like, thank God he won. Because if he didn't make it, he would have gone home. So I was very happy that he made it. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make a run at the top 9. I'm very glad that Wake One sees him, and hopefully Wake One does something with their trainees. Especially if Park Hanbin doesn't debut. Matthew's rank dropping is insane, and solely because of that thing with Hanbin. Like that edit did not do him any favors. So you guys already know how I feel about Matthew, so I would love if someone took his spot. But once again, just because I feel like I have to say this, I still like Matthew. If he makes it to the final lineup, I'm still gonna be happy. Especially happy for him. He's worked so hard. So yeah. I'm not a hater. I just like other people better. If we making it back into the top 9, I was not surprised at all. I think he has one of the strongest 1 picks because of his Universes fandom. So if he wants to make it to the final, it's gonna have to determine if Universes vote for him in the final lineup. If they decide, no, let's just bring him back to Pentagon, he's not gonna debut. But if he wants to, like, I feel like he wants to debut, so Universes should be voting for him. Because I think he does want to debut in the final lineup. And if they vote for him, I think he has a guaranteed spot. Unless Mnet rigs him out because they don't want him in there, which could be a possibility. Ricky making it to the top 9. I screamed, I jumped. I was like, yes, they're finally voting for the good trainees. I think Battler would be so much better if he made it in. Honestly, I see Ricky making a lot of noise on Twitter. Like his fans are working overtime to get those votes on Twitter. So I really hope he makes it in. Come on. I'm not gonna advertise for him, but come on, Ricky, you got this. Also, let's talk about how Mnet was shady towards Ricky and showing us that rankings that previous episode. Oh, they wanted him to drop, and it didn't work. Like them showing the global trainees, they wanted him to drop. I don't think they wanted Keita to drop. I think they saw Ricky and they were like, oh, look at this. Look at Ricky make it to the top 9 over your trainees. I really thought they were gonna like drop. But I'm so glad he's staying in the top 9. And you cannot stop the Ricky love. And then we have Gyuvin. Gyuvin was one of my favorites in the first couple episodes. I'm very easily swayed, and he got like a lot of screen time in the beginning. Like in the interim check and with the episode when he was like number 14 or 16. My jaw dropped, honestly. I never thought he would rank that low. But I also think Mnet is making it clear they want him in the final lineup. I definitely think they wanted Ricky out, Gyuvin in. That's how I interpreted it. But now they have them both, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I would place Gyuvin as a safer vote. I definitely think he has a bunch of Korean votes, which is helping him, and he has a good portion of global votes to get him in. So I think he's pretty good. Keita, he jumped up 2 spots. I was so happy. But I was a little surprised since the other boys dropped. I was like, oh, Keita's ranking might actually go up now, since looking at the other boys whose rankings were revealed so far, I was like, Keita might be making it a little bit higher this time. I really hope he makes it to the final lineup. I think Yujin dropped a bit, but I don't think it's concerning at all. I think his final ranking is probably going to be number 3 or 4. Actually, I think Yujin's ranking is going to be 2, 3, or 4. And you know what? I'm glad that he's debuting. Like, yeah, he's young, but he's been working very hard for this, so I'm happy for him. Taerae, he's so loved. His rankings, oh my gosh, I would have never thought this would happen to him. But he's grown so much. Like, he's definitely gonna be the main vocalist of Bepler. I keep calling it Bepler, but whatever. His Korean votes are actually insane. I think that's why he's this high. But yeah, I'm very glad for Taerae. He is gonna be a great main vocalist, to be honest. And Jiwoong, I just like him, honestly. I'm very glad that he's gonna debut. I feel like he's pretty safe too. He has a bunch of votes. So yeah, I'm very happy. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna be like a dancer, singer, rapper. I think he could do any of them. But it's gonna be very interesting what he's gonna do when that debut song finally comes. So good for him. Jongwoo, one of my favorites. My votes are alternating between him and Park Hanbin. But I think Jongwoo's probably a little bit more safer, but I'm not gonna say that just because we never know what might happen. So I'm gonna keep voting for him. You guys should vote for him as well, just so he stays in the top 9. I don't care what his rank is. I don't think he's gonna be number 1, but as long as he's in the top 9, I'll be happy. Bepler center, Sung Hanbin. What is there to say? I feel like no one's gonna topple that number 1 for him. He's got it on lock. I'm honestly excited to see his solo song in the album. The 18th spot, it was crazy. I thought it was gonna be Haruto, 100%. I was like, oh, Haruto's got this. And then when he wasn't even in the final 4, I was like, what? That's insane. I thought he definitely had the votes. Honestly, the fact that Kamden got it, I was surprised. I didn't know Kamden was that popular. I thought I was gonna go Zihao, and I wanted to go Zihao too. But I'm very sad. I know Zihao's like only had global votes, which kind of hurt him. But yeah, good for Kamden. I know like his dad is being weird on social media. I have not looked into it, but good for Kamden. Okay, I want to talk about the predictions. Now, I'm going to talk about my ideal final lineup because it's definitely changed. And I feel like you guys might be surprised. This is my ideal final lineup. I didn't line it up by my favorites. I just put it in like in a random list, the realistic one. So yeah. Number 1, Sung Hanbin. 2, Jongwoo. 3, Jiwoong. 4, Taerae. 5, Park Hanbin. 6, Ricky. 7, Gunwook. 8, Yujin. And a surprise 9, Junhyeon. I really like these top 9. This is my ideal final lineup. I think Bepler, 600 packs. 600 packs, 600 racks. Debut on number 1s on all Korean charts. 500 million streams. 5 million albums sold. This is what they would get, okay? Okay, now let's talk about what I think is actually gonna happen if I'm being realistic. Number 1 would be Sung Hanbin, 2 Yujin, 3 Jongwoo, 4 Jeong, 5 Taerae, 6 gyuvin, 7 Keita, 8 Hui, and 9 Matthew. I would say the 7 are pretty locked in, and then 8 and 9 I'm kind of unsure. The only ones I'm unsure about are Park Hanbin, Gunwook, and Ricky, and those are probably the only ones I would put that might be giving them a run for their money. I think it's definitely between them 5 for those 2 final spots. I need to know your guys' predictions, so please let me know down in the comments. Also, just let me know your favorite performances, your favorite trainees. Just comment down learning anything. Tell me that I'm wrong, please. Or if you're a universe, tell me if you're rolling for Hui or not. I really want to know that. Also, for the finale, I think I might stream it live. I think I might do a YouTube stream and watch it with you guys if you guys want to come. Thanks for watching, like the video, and please remember, use those votes to vote for Jeong and Park Hanbin on all your accounts on every single phone in your household. Also, there's like an interim check. I think I might do another quick video just to see like how the rankings are looking. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.